Let's continue with our SharePoint quick questions and answers video series, and let's go to question number 6, and this time we'll do something practical. What we'll do is that we'll create a site in SharePoint, and we will see that how we can customize this site and how we can add ready-made features to this site. In order to create a site in SharePoint, we need to use the SharePoint Central Administration. So let's click on SharePoint Central Administration. You can find the same in the administrative tools. And we will ask you to log in. So let's provide a password. Put in the username, which is the administrator for the SharePoint, or we can say for this PC, I will say rather, or for the server on which your SharePoint is installed. Now, once you enter your user ID and password, you will see the Central Administration website of SharePoint, by which you can configure SharePoint related aspects. So for instance, there are 3 tabs here: Home, Operations, and Application. Now if you click on the Operations tab, you will see that you can configure in Operations tab server level type of services, for example that service accounts, antiviruses, etc. So this is more of an administrative thing, and this whole video is targeted towards more for programmers. So what I will suggest is that for example, to restore from backup, diagnostic logging, antiviruses. So these things, I hope that a developer can learn by himself. So I will not be going into details of all these things. And in this session, we are targeting more to create the site. So we will not be basically running around doing the administrative things. The second tab is the Applications tab. And now in the Applications tab is basically to configure components which are inside the server. Okay. So you can say that this is more of application level of configuration. So in the application side, you will see something called as a SharePoint Site Management. Click on Create Site Collection, and let's give a nice name to this: Learn SharePoint, and we'll give a nice description for this. This site will help us to learn SharePoint, right? And let's give the same name what we have here in the title to the URL. Now there are basically ready-made templates given by SharePoint, and depending on what you want to do, you can use this template. But at this moment, what we'll do is that we'll just select the blank site so that we don't get confused. And let's put the administrative account as the username. Just check it to ensure that we are not moving in any wrong direction, or we are not wrongly typed the username, and we say OK. Now what SharePoint does is it creates for you a URL which basically is your site. Again, it pops up the user ID password text box. So let's give the user ID password. So here's your site. So here's your site configured. At this moment, this site has nothing as such. It's just a simple site with a left menu bar and some empty space in between, and the logo is of default Windows SharePoint Services, and there are a couple of menus. We'll go one by one. Now the left hand side what you can see is the quick launch bar or quick menu bar. Okay, that's what the terminology SharePoint community uses for this left hand bar. To do the administrative configuration, at the right hand side you can see site actions. Now what we'll do is that we'll try to create a simple page, a web page in this site. Now when you click on create web page, SharePoint gives you ready-made functionalities which you can use in that web page. For example, if this web page you want to, if let's say that you want to create a discussion board, then you can use the ready-made functionality of discussion board. You have contacts, announcements, wiki, form library, document library, and a lot of other things. So what we'll do is that we'll just create a simple discussion board at this moment. In this discussion in this message board, we will discuss, or I'll say, let me keep it short, SharePoint discussion. This message board will help freshers to learn SharePoint. Right, and it's saying that, do you want to display this list on the quick launch bar? Yes, I want to. So when I say quick launch, it's the left hand side menu which we were discussing, and we say create, and now you can see that there's a SharePoint discussion board here. You can go and you can post some messages. I'm a fresher. Is SharePoint tough? Right. something. Basically, this video which I am showing at this moment, it has nothing to do programmatically, but it has to more what I'm trying to visualize, or what I'm trying to give a vision from here is that SharePoint has these ready-made functionalities by which you can quickly by which you can quickly host a site and put in some very generalized functionalities and start your collaboration. So I just wanted to show that how SharePoint is very easy to create a site, to host it, to give it to the user, and user can just start using it. For example, I just posted a discussion board without any line of coding. So there are a lot of ready-made functionalities which SharePoint has provided, and what you can do is that you can go through these ready-made functionalities and try to make a basic site of yours and try to see that how useful SharePoint does it, or how easily SharePoint helps you to achieve the same. So in this session we have just tried to understand how we can easily create a SharePoint website. So basically we went to the administration of the SharePoint by going to administrative tools. We went to the SharePoint Center administration. We clicked on the application tab. We created a site collection. Remember that we discussed about site collection and sites. So I created a site collection called as Learn SharePoint, which you can see, and it has created a URL for me. And then after that I added a discussion board to it using the site action bar at the right hand side. So try to do this exercise yourself. It's pretty easy, and try to walk with me so that as we move ahead, we will actually be configuring a lot of sites, a lot of things in this Learn SharePoint website. So I hope that this tutorial was useful, and see you in the coming questionnaire.